Greetings, galactic warriors of the New Earth Legion 144. We had a powerful 24 hours of energies, higher frequencies, codes coming in today on the 252, 5252 coming in at the sacred 77, the Lemurian 5 and the 555 being activated in each Dantian elixir field. The sacred elixirs and mana are being activated from the crystal palace in the center of the brain. There are 9 caves connected with the 9 councils, the 9 dragons, the 9 portals. One in the center, the crystal palace, surrounded by the 8. This is ancient talismanic Taoist magic being activated within you now. This is divine sorcery, light magic, as we tap into source energies, the genius within. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. I take refuge in the Buddha of infinite light and infinite life, the Nembutsu of Amitabha. Transmitted to me at 17 years old from the Black Dragon, Sensei Ogoi, that I transmit to all of you for this great awakening into the Pure Land, the New Eden, the New Earth. Aho! And upon this transmission and these codes, I just received an activation in my right ear with the right hemisphere of the brain, which is the feminine energies coming in, the Divine Goddess, the Lemurian codes, the left brain being the masculine, the Atlantean, as the 2 hemispheres vibrate in harmony and balance. In the center, the crystal, in the center, the crystalline core of the Christos of love, in perfect balance, perfect harmony, perfect synchronicity. The center is paradise. It is Eden. And we are manifesting consciously as co-creators, the new earth, heaven on earth. And the crystal center is connected directly to the center, the heart center, the center of all things, Hunabku, the central sun that is within you being activated now. As you become supernova connected to Terra Nova, we rise together in glory and the grace of the Holy Spirit here now. And as we resonate with this sacred center, the still center, the center of paradise, imagine what the world would be like if everyone lived from that center, lived from their heart. It would be paradise, it would be Eden, and it is Eden, it will be, and it is done here now forevermore. No more of that archonic nonsense of falling from grace, of false projections and projecting ignorance into the pure field of consciousness, of Chi, of the Tao. And these teachings transmit down through eternity, mind to mind, from Buddha consciousness to Buddha consciousness. Just remember, all beings are born perfectly awakened Buddhas, and that perfection of the pure awareness, of the purity, of the bright virtue, the brilliant light that you are, dear ones that are listening here now. You are ready to live this truth, to know the truth of who I am, and not the one speaking, the one listening, that is hearing this vibration as a simple reminder to your consciousness that now is the time to wake up from the dream, the simulation. And it has been an honor to be a guide for humanity for many years. We appreciate you all, and we continue our work for as long as we can. And we appreciate the opportunity to show consciousness the way into freedom, into peace, into bliss. Our people call eternal bliss consciousness, which is Eden, the Garden of Eden in a conscious state. The myths point to the psyche, to the unconscious, to paradise in an unconscious state, not knowing the I am presence. But now we live in paradise with a conscious awareness of the love that I am, the I that sits here now as a reflection, listening to these words transmitted from yourself to yourself. The separation was part of the simulation, part of the false projection. It is not good, bad, right, or wrong. There is great beauty in all things, in the mirror, in the reflection. Without the projection of separation, we would not even know the I Am presence that is here now. So this was in service to humanity. The duality projection to look into our own self, our own mind, our own awareness, and then to transmit love and pure consciousness into that field, into the void, into the stillness. As we have reached the omega point of all timelines, all dimensions, and all realms, here now in our heart center, the threefold Trinity flames are totally lit up and totally activated. Here now in every center, in every portal, in every gateway. 512215 coming in the 88 of the Lyra Nation. The Lion's Gate is open for everyone. Tap into our courage, into our deep feelings, our deep thoughts, as we release all that no longer serves ourselves or the collective. We have many great things to come, brothers and sisters of the light. If you'd like to join us and support us on this great mission of the lineage of the eagle and the condor, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/prime disclosure. And it is through this Patreon page where we are uniting and gathering and connecting, and which is going to help us to bring these projects to fruition, many different projects, healing centers, the crystal schools, the galleries, the classrooms, the healing centers. This is the beginning of manifesting our empire of love. The councils are gathering, and we are multiplying and magnifying all that needs to be revealed. Victory to the light in truth and in the love of all that I am, that we are, as one united Council of the 144. This morning, as a massive wave of energy came in, I had one of the most powerful dreams, most powerful visions with my sacred condor and 3 birds, one of my most powerful totems, my most powerful spirit animal, which I will tell the story at the end of today's transmission, so stick around to the end, and you will receive a powerful activation from this dream, from this vision of the sacred blue lovebirds, the sacred Heros Gamos, the Christos Magdalene, the Shakti Shiva, for all humanity. The eagle and the condor fly high in true unconditional love. Today we had the power of 9 activation on the Schumann resonance and total calm. The calm before the storm. It is the trough of the crest. What goes up must come down. The rise and fall we call the one law, the pulse of the universe, that you feel within your heart, within your center, the center of the hoop, the center of the wheel, that all things turn around, that is everywhere. That is the paradox which is spoken about in the sacred sutra of Avalokitesvara. The Bodhisattva of compassion clearly saw that the 5 skandhas are empty, that emptiness is form and form is emptiness. They are intrinsically linked. One cannot exist without the other. Night cannot exist without day, and day cannot exist without night. Black cannot exist without white. White cannot exist without black. That is the yin and yang, the feminine, the masculine, positive, negative, emptiness, form, the Shakti, the Shiva, the power and the force come together to unite all and manifest our most holy legion of light to end once and for all the simulation of suffering and temporalness as our sacred temples, our vessels are activated and our DNA of the 12 by 12, the 144, the 12 crystalline codes, and the 12 lineages, the 12 lines, the 12 councils are being activated in all of humanity. This is the quantum leap of consciousness from Homo sapien to Homo luminous, beings of light, light body, rainbow body, the coat of many colors, the rainbow tribes of the new earth. All prophecies have been fulfilled and activated here now. We had 155 M1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours. Most powerful, again, southeast of Loyalty Islands with the 5-4 this morning. On the Ring of Fire, right on the Tropic of Capricorn. We had 2 activations earlier today. Across the ocean, across the Ring of Fire, the 5-4 and southeast of Loyalty Islands at 1541 UTC with the 5-4, the Council of 9 energy, which also appeared on the Schumann's as a 9 resonance, and then across the ocean, again in San Antonio de los Cobres, with a 4-3-7 at 1125 UTC. Also right on the Tropic of Capricorn in the sacred Andes Mountains, home of the Condor. Divine feminine energies totally flowing in now. Indonesia 4-3, 4-4, 4-3. We had a 4.5 activation in Colombia, South America today. 152 kilometers depth, also 9 code. Papua New Guinea 4-7, another 4-5 in Indonesia. We had a 4-4 in Myanmar. Nicaragua 4.8 in Central America, 148 kilometers depth. So we have the 4-8, the 4-8, the 12, 12, 12 by 12, making the 144 activation. Right in the heart, the center of the United States, Perry, Oklahoma, 3.5, again with the 8 that surround the center, the white gold eagle, make the 9. Another 3-7 in Perry, Oklahoma, 37 into the 73, heaven on earth. And then a 4-2 in Perry, Oklahoma. This is the Trinity, the Trident, the sacred 3, the 3 wise ones. Dutch Harbor, Alaska, right in the crown of Lemuria, the Queen activation with a 3.1, 17 kilometers depth. 1-7, West Chile Rise, in the South Pacific, 4.7, Fiji, also on the Tropic of Capricorn, with a 4.5 activation, 9, Council of 9, 337 kilometers depth, 33, activating the 37 into the 73, in the sacred portal of Iran, 4.2, 2246 UTC, and then in the British Virgin Islands with the Atlantean codes coming in with a 3.5, again the 8 at 2310 UTC, 38 kilometers depth, 11 code, and then another activation in the Kundalini of Pachamama in the Andes Mountains, Lima, Peru, 4.7, 11 code, 66 kilometers depth. You have the 11 and the 66 at 10.988 latitude, 77.766 longitude. So you have the 88 Lionsgate, the 777, and the 66. Another 12 activation of the Divine Feminine, 66 kilometers depth. 12 of the Divine Goddess and the Lemurian codes. The Lemurian 5 fully activated, fully aware, rising into the dawning of the new earth in this age of Aquarius. 5D fully anchored in new earth, fully anchored, rising up 39 days of the great surrender, the resurrection, and the flood of the violet flame. Today we start again with the Sabian symbols. The moon right now is at 2 degrees 7 minutes Sagittarius, and the sun is at 17 degrees 17 minutes Aquarius, 1717, again of the 88 codes of the Lyra nation. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 18 degrees Aquarius. A man being unmasked at a masquerade, and the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 3 degrees Sagittarius. 2 men playing chess, from astrologyweekly.com. And a quick update from Divine Sister of the Light, Amanda Lawrence. A very strong and significant incoming energies due to the light codes, vibrational patterns, start approximately 1935 hours UK time today. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Linda Good McGillis. The Great Surrender we begin. 525 coming in from the Greek goddess that dances with the stars. As resurrection comes into its most powerful moment, we begin the great surrendering, the surrender of the mortal psychosis of beliefs to the immortal psychosis of the immortal knowing. From 2:1 through 2:22 is the 21 days of resurrection. The first 7 days of a month bring in the cellular regeneration coding of its coordinating binary codes of each of the 4 quadrants within the 7 brains within the heart, and the 7 hearts within the brain, 777 coding of the golden 777 grid. Tonight brings in the final wave of the 777 binary coding, leading into a 3-day integration, leading us to the 8th. On the 8th, the winged messenger of the gods enters an inferior conjunction with the sun, bringing all into the sun's heart, and full reunification of the human heart with the cosmic mother's heart, surrender of the old, the mortal limited psyche, and the unworthiness for expansion, wholeness, and liberation, rapid regeneration in the cellular system and bodily environment within, the mental belief system and the processing thereof. The psychology of beliefs will be tested and tried, within and without, a forceful push by the sun to go deep and willingly surrender the identifications, characters, wounds to faithfully and unconsciously that keep you inferior and self-hatred, unworthy and anything else that holds you back through fear. It is in the depths of a silent mind where no pretense exists, when you go deep, that you liberate yourself and find the light at the end of the tunnel. We are coming out of the tunnel. This light will be blinding and scorching to anything and everything within that no longer aligns with the definitional blueprint of the world's soul, our soul. As the world aligns to the turning of the world, as humanity shifts through a mental surrender, grace shall verily blanket each and all through the sun's love. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Starr. The world as we knew it is shattering and crumbling before our eyes. This is a necessary step in order to shift to new earth. For those of us living from the heart and embodying a higher frequency, everything that is not in alignment with love and service to others no longer resonate with our reality. This can include friends, family, partners, jobs, possessions, and geographical locations. Any fear-based attachments which we do not voluntarily let go of will undergo a quantum energetic realignment and therefore, in one way or another, shift out of our reality. It's easy to tell which ones they are, the ones causing us emotional pain and discomfort, out with the old and in with the new, out with the self-serving, ego-based intentions, leaving room for only love-based intentions, out with old programming and conditioning, in with new heart-led choices, choices empowered by love, the global currency of New Earth. Many of us have been so attached to our identity and lives we have created that we are afraid to surrender and let go, despite it no longer bringing us the joy and peace it once did. We continue living in our bubble of perceived security because it's the only thing we know, everything we have worked so hard to create, but it is all an illusion. Only love is real. Anything built on fear will disintegrate. So when relationships and lives start falling apart, it's time to trust the process, surrender, trust that nothing is random, trust that everything happens for our highest good, trust that our high vibration can only align with love. Once we are living from the heart, our heart creates our life. Love aligns with love. Everything else falls away. Karen Starr, Sacred, Wild Woman Medicine. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Celia Fenn. The Path of the Feminine Christ, Magdalene. Living life from the heart, connecting with the depth and richness of life that lives deep within, and not being distracted by superficial and manipulative energies, moving beyond survival to thriving day by day, living in joy and compassion, in joy and gratitude, in creativity, following the spirals of the seasons and the spirals of the year, in a path of sacred power and devotion, with deep meditation, prayer, and ceremony, with trust all is well. Ah yes, the path of the new. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh. The truth behind all obstacles imposed from the devil is surfacing for us collectively through the powerful moon cycles of February 2021. This is flipping the emotional body from fighting to being fully supported. This is justice for the sisterhood of the Rose, the Holy Spirit, and all the divine feminine Christ. Support is here for you and your union. No longer do you need to sacrifice and settle for less. The inner child is healing to the seed point of creation of suffering and lack in your life. Today is specifically indicating your solar plexus and masculine power is restoring, supporting your value system to claim what is yours, especially financially and materially. Abundance is your birthright in all ways, health, wealth, and union. Today begins a new, stable cycle of fruitful abundance and stability in all ways. This is a divine intervention for the lion tribe of Judah. The divine masculine Christ are free to walk away from slavery and separation, back home into union with the divine feminine Christ. The full moon is supporting this new level of freedom and movement forward into union. All masks are off. The starseed, lightworkers, earth angels, all of our warriors of the Most High are getting activated and lit from above. For the first time in this lifetime, the truth of who we really are is being revealed. This is collectively, politically, as part of the Great Awakening, New 9, One and Done, from Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Tanya Gabrielle. It's Venus week, and Venus can only mean love is on the forefront. Immersing yourself in beauty and pleasurable activities is one way to open your heart. Relaxing into a naturally abundant state enhances healing and joy in your life. Fortunately, this coming weekend we have a special day of Venus 3 activations. Recall first that Venus just entered Aquarius the first day of February. Now on February 6th, Venus makes 3 connections to 3 different planets. Number 6, like Venus, is a vibration of love, beauty, and abundance. On Saturday, February 6th, Venus conjuncts Saturn. Venus sextiles Chiron, and Venus squares Uranus. Saturn conjunct Venus favors companionships that are based on solid principles and values. True love is enhanced by loyalty, trust, integrity, and commitment. Another way to activate this Venus-Saturn conjunction is to give your creative imagination a structured platform so you don't suppress your creativity. Venus sextile Chiron spiritualizes your values as you are completely open to divine inspiration. Listen to your subtle physical senses. Venus square Uranus, ruler of Aquarius, attracts a change in your intimate relationships. This is a highly creative energy as your inner genius is yearning to express itself. Don't resist change. It is wrapped in blessings. Be open to experiment and go out on a limb. Venus is gently showing you that your natural response to life is very passionate, spontaneous, direct, and beautiful. When you don't withhold your love, you feel love, and this makes you happy. This is what's so magical about Venus. She reminds you that love lives in you, and you feel it when you are willing to give it. It is actually a choice to love. Venus in Aquarius makes this choice abundantly clear and provides many opportunities to love. In the same way, it is a choice to withhold love. Choices can be made unconsciously, so the more aware you are about your choices, the greater your ability to choose love. Let love lead you. From TanyaGabrielle.com. Today from the Shamanic Astrology Mystery School, from Awen Skywatcher. Venus meets up with Saturn today before continuing her journey into the underworld. Venus is steadily approaching the 8th and final gate before entering the underworld. This is the way our ancient ancestors might have told the story, as exampled in the Sumerian myth of Queen Inanna's descent into the underworld. Visually, we can observe a similar story unfolding in the sky where the second brightest luminary in our night sky, Venus, is about to be passed by the brightest, our moon, for the 8th time since she first appeared in the morning sky before she disappears in the glare of the sun for the next 3 months. In shamanic astrology, Venus represents the feminine principle. The underworld is that place most of us prefer not to think about, much less visit, and certainly not willingly. It is the place where we are forced to face our deepest fears. It is a place of death, which may sound overly morbid, but only with death can come rebirth and an opportunity for deep transformation that would have otherwise not been possible. The other 7 gates are each linked to a chakra and represent individual parts of the self that are stripped away until the underworld can be entered without attachment or ego. The occasional 8th gate can be termed death by intent, as it represents a last and final act of surrender before taking the leap into the unknown. It takes a lot of courage to willingly accept your fate and allow for an unknown process of transformation to take place. How fitting, then, that just before reaching the 8th gate, Venus will have an opportunity to first convene with Saturn, who has just barely climbed out of the underworld himself. Saturn is like an old teacher or wise elder who knows how to best create things that are sustainable, practical, and long-lasting. At ordinary times, these teachings often come across as stern, harsh, and confining, but it is my sense that when we are already stripped down to our naked core and ready to accept death, a little bit of wisdom, practicality, and a reminder to stay focused and disciplined is just the medicine that is needed to ensure a smooth journey through the darkness. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Christine Day. Christine's message for February 2021. I find myself consciously choosing to let go as I take alternate steps in my life, as I align to the higher framework that is now active on earth. My guidance is to allow everything to fall away and to celebrate the unknown. I am willing to allow the higher order of light to be my guide moment to moment as I witness an internal process of change within me. I choose to allow the unfolding of me to become manifest, and there is nothing that I wish to hold on to. I do not think that the higher vibrational energy within the framework is supporting me to shift in a radical way, different than I have ever experienced before. For me, the fluidity of the light is beauty in motion. The energy and experience of these openings of consciousness within me brings joy, peace, and total acceptance of where I find myself. I have let go of personal desire, and I feel myself free-falling within a pure space of consciousness, which allows me to be greeted within alternate realities of my higher self. This is our time to flourish on the higher component of self. Remember to allow moments of being human, and then choosing moments of opening up through your heart to receive yourself. Don't get too caught up in the third-dimensional drama. Remember the alternate reality which simultaneously exists. Bring balance to your experiences through choosing the conscious connection within your heart. Love and blessings, Christine, from ChristineDayOnline.com. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Adrian Elise. Gaia Daily, February 5th through 8th, Exposed. We have had an intense last week with Mars hanging out with Black Moon Lilith in Taurus. Now Jupiter is coming into square with the Dark Goddess, and will make 3 exact conjunctions with her over the next 3 weeks. The first of these conjunctions happens at this weekend at 11 degrees. Jupiter is shedding light on the darkest corners of whatever is keeping us from shifting into the new age. We are prying open the door of dark truths that need to be exposed in order for us to move forward. As the activating energies increase, we are experiencing a great psychic purge, an extraction of distortions and disease that has long plagued humanity. All of us have had to take on this programming in order to survive this Earth's evolution, but the time of great cleansing has begun. This is fitting as we are approaching the new moon in Aquarius and Chinese New Year. The year of the rat is coming to a close. For the new moon next Thursday the 11th, Venus will stand with Jupiter in exact square to Black Moon Lilith. Let the truth be told. Let the righteous rise again in their God power. All must be revealed in order for the healing to begin. Venus will be in exact conjunction with Saturn this weekend, demanding the empowerment of the sacred feminine to return in her full healing force to this planet. It is time for the divine feminine healing kraken to be released. from AdrianElise.com. Today from Divine Sistar of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology, Venus in Aquarius, semi-square Neptune in Pisces. There's a dreamy, romantic feeling in the air, but it's easy to lose our way in this misty atmosphere. Under this influence, there's a tendency to idealize, and naturally this can lead to disappointment, particularly in relationships. The aim is to love unconditionally, but with gentle attention to good boundaries and a realistic outlook. Some sacrifices are essential for partnerships to work, but not so much that one person is left feeling disillusioned and depleted. Venus also represents what we are attracted to and what calls to our heart. Consider what you may have left behind because you were told it wasn't for you or you didn't feel good enough. Love yourself enough to follow your dreams. Visualize your future self and ask for guidance. Don't worry if you're struggling to see the way ahead. It's okay if your path meanders. What was lost can return in a new form. Take off the rose-colored spectacles to see life's possibilities in all their glory. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And a quick transmission from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio from Galactic Destiny Readings. Today, on the 5th, we enter the Red Skywalker wave spell from February 5th through the 17th, 2021, Kins 5-3 through 6-5, the power of adventure, awakening, and exploration. We have just completed our journey with the yellow sun of enlightenment and Buddhic wisdom, and finally we have arrived as new solar cosmic humans and receiving our golden crowns as sovereign, independent divine beings. So now it is time to explore our surroundings and what else is possible for us as divine humans in our new divine bliss-filled kingdom. The wave spell of the Skywalker is seeking to liberate our souls, helping us to expand our consciousness and fueling our planetary ascension process. This cycle aligns synchronistically with the month of February and our journey through the liberating, rebellious, humanitarian zodiac sign of Aquarius, the sign heralding the dawning of our new golden age. February, together with our 2021 year, which holds a 5 freedom, change, and transformation code, makes a 7 universal month. The 7 is deeply spiritual frequency, which avails supernatural magic and miracles to arrive through initiations and tests, so your superpowers can be earned through passing the spiritual lessons of this month and this expansive, liberating cycle. The Skywalker wave spell is a godsend, arriving at this pivotal time in Earth's history. This is the energy Gaia requires to transition to a state of bliss, through divine and angelic assistance that will be flooding our planet with bliss codes and ensuring we fully anchor and express our highest 5D ascended timeline for our planet, all synchronic timing divinely orchestrated. Thank you, Spirit. Today we are granted our golden angelic wings and we take flight to explore the cosmos, discovering our galactic, angelic selves. Your purpose is to reconnect with your divinity and explore all roads that lead back home to bliss through your expanded self. Get ready for the time of our lives. Live as though you are already present in 5D Earth. As this reality is lived, it touches and awakens the same truth in others. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Much joy and merriment awaits dear star blossoms. Expansion and celebration are the keys to our future in creating heaven on earth. Today from the Zolkin Times, Kin 5-3, Red Magnetic Skywalker. The number 1 is called magnetic and its keywords are unify, purpose, and attract. Today is the first day of a new wave spell and the 5th one of the Zolkin. As always, on the first day, it is good practice to contemplate the purpose of the next 13 days. What are its energies? How will it end? Are there any notable obstacles en route? Begin this journey with an open mind and you will get more out of it. This also marks the beginning of a new castle, the white northern castle of Crossing, which contains the red Skywalker, the white World Bridger, the blue Storm, and yellow Human wave spells. Today is Red Skywalker, and the key words associated with it are explore, space, and wakefulness. This suggests that today we begin a journey of a more unusual kind, not conventional, and perhaps one that may take you out of your comfort zone. The message is to be brave and try new things. The last day of this wave spell is the red cosmic serpent, which is a transformative energy falling on a transcending day. Logically, if you start out an adventure and take the 13-day journey, you'll find that the final destination is very healing and transformative. The Skywalker asks for you to explore and awaken, and this enables us to shed our old skin and emerge renewed. For a better understanding of any wave spell, look at the connection between the first and last day. The guide for the day is Red Skywalker also. This implies that it is your courage and sense of adventure that will lead the way today. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio. Red Magnetic Skywalker, Kin 5-3, 5 February 2021. Attracting new blissful adventures. 5-2-2021 equal 5-2-5 equal 5-7 equal 12 equal 3. 5 freedom, liberation, change, transformation. 2 twins, partnership, cooperation. 7 magic, mystic, spiritual, solitude, initiation. 3 Holy Trinity, joy, creativity, communication. Kin 5-3 equal 8 infinity, abundance, source flow, total expansion. Another huge, powerful day with triple red Skywalker energy kicking off a new 13-day freedom wave spell, accessing unlimited cosmic energies, and opening the gates to lay the foundations to create heaven on earth. Today is day 1 of the Red Skywalker wave spell, the cycle of exploration and awakening. Tone of creation, magnetic, is tone number 1 in the spiritual realm as we initiate a new wave spell cycle. Power attracts, action unifies, essence, purpose. Day 1 of a new wave spell always starts with the magnetic tone of purpose. In the beginning was the One. From out of nothing here one comes, spinning happily, magnetizing all that it requires for more excellent adventuring. Once strong in purpose, all will effortlessly come together. The magnetic tone is all about attraction, attracting everything that you require to fulfill your purpose and your goals. People, resources, relationships, money, support, and all that you can imagine. The attraction seeks to unify all as one. Thus magnetic kin have a very strong connection to source and a gravitational pull to return there and bring all their buddies with them. The power of one is very strong today as it unites us all as one humanity, bringing heaven to earth. Eyes wide open as we make rapid progress during this 13-day cycle to accelerate in the anchoring of the new time and new harmonic matrix. Bliss is the new normal. Today is a wonderful day to allow the awakening of our free angelic selves to feel the beauty, harmony, and expansion of space within and surrounding us. It's a beauty-filled world. Today's question is, now that I have embodied more light and accepted my divine sovereignty, how do I expand that into the cosmos? To experience my life as bliss, what is my next adventure? Divine blessings for your total expansion into the next levels of our collective awakening as we journey anew through the stellar pathways of the ancients. In Lakek Alakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 5-3, Red Magnetic Skywalker. The mantra, the code for today is, I unify in order to explore. Attracting wakefulness, I seal the output of space. With the magnetic tone of purpose, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And on this powerful day of activations, downloads, and awakenings, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to take the time to thank everyone for your support and your pledges, your financial donations on PayPal. We rely 100% now on our pledges and donations for our daily living expenses, and then for funding our future projects such as the healing centers, and we are still looking for more investors in the first center. We have more about this on our page on patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light Christina Smith for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Bro Star of the Light David for your pledge and support on Patreon. It's because of all of you that we're able to continue our work, and if you'd like to support our work in Lineage of the Eagle and the Condor, and assist us in bringing our vision of our empire of love for all humanity, of the new earth, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. We also have a link below in the description if you'd like to make a one-time donation through PayPal to support our work. I'd like to also take the time to thank everyone for supporting my Sacred Condors art business on Etsy. You can purchase some of her new goddess totems on lunagoddessart.com, and there's several on there made by a couple of her crystal children. They'll say crystal child made if you check that out. So thank you for supporting her and her beautiful art as we bring time as art into the field, into this world. Now I'd like to transmit to all of you my most powerful sacred dream today, and then end with a prayer of flooding the earth with the violet flame. Early this morning, as I went into a deep sleep, into the power of the dreaming world, my queen and I, my sacred condor, were at one of my most sacred portals, that one of the many I opened around Cleveland, next to a marsh, a sacred forest, along a beautiful rocky river. As we were walking along this wall, a robin appeared sitting on the wall, and as she flew down into the river, which was about 20 feet down from this stone wall along this marsh and forest, the bird turned into a beautiful bluebird. And this is symbolic with our winged nation from Venus. And this beautiful bluebird, as she walked down into the river, a most beautiful kingfisher. The kingfisher is one of my most sacred totems and spirit animals. We have many, but I've spent much time with our kingfisher nation of the winged nation through the years, many, many years. And as she dove into the water, she started swimming around the water, and as I had my queen in my arms, this energy I was being transmitted where my whole body was shaking and tears were coming out and drool, all this stuff. And the kingfisher transformed into this beautiful water mythical creature with huge glorious fins that rose up into the heavens, and she transmitted this powerful new earth energies to us. And as she swam by us in this river, she kept growing larger and larger, and the fins and the tail grew bigger and bigger as this energy expanded and kept expanding, and these deeper feelings, this bliss, these activations. And as I woke from the dream, my whole body was shaking, and I was drooling and crying all these things. And all day I felt in between worlds, and all day the walela, the sacred hummingbird, kept coming to our feeder, transmitting the energy, the medicine of the hummingbird of walela. So we're all getting these activations through the animal kingdom, through our dreams, through nature, through Pachamama, through our visions of the new earth, of heaven on earth, and great beauty and unlimited creativity and power. So it's very symbolic of the trinity of the birds of the winged nation, the three, connected to the three Dantians, the fields of elixir, of sacred mana, of the vortex, of the portal, of the gateway, the stargates, fully open and activated now. Now we end today's transmission from a beautiful prayers to the 7 sacred flames by Aurelia Lewis Jones. The prayer, flood the earth with violet flame. In the name of the great I Am, I call for the light of 1,000 suns from the great central sun, angels of violet fire, beloved Saint Germain, beloved Zad Giel, and holy amethyst, Om Ri Tas, ruler of the violet planet. In the name of God, I am that I am, saturate the earth and all of her evolution with limitless waves of violet fire. I call for the action of the violet transmuting flame, and the action of the will of God to manifest on earth now and forever, an ever-increasing spiral of divine perfection. I call for all discord and activities on earth that are not reflecting the highest light and God's holy purposes to be miraculously swept and transformed by the power of the violet flame into divine love and harmony for the restoration of earth and her people into their original blueprint of perfection that was originally intended. Violet flame, oh violet flame, in the name of God, flood the earth, her people and all her kingdoms, with oceans and oceans of violet fire until every particle of life is restored to divine perfection. May peace and love be spread throughout the earth. May the earth abide in the aura of perfect love. May the earth abide in an aura of peace, love, and freedom. I give thanks that it is done now according to God's holy will, and so be it. Beloved, I am. So thank you for joining us today. Beloved beings of light, have a beautiful and blessed day of awakening, transformations, transmutations. Keep walking your most sacred path with heart, being connected to all things. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.